What's up, guys? Happy Sunday, May 5th. We're going to go over some MLB plays. We're just going to go over a couple today, and then we'll try to go over a little bit more in the live stream. But yesterday, the first 5 plays were terrible. We lost all 3 of them due to home runs late. But that is what it is. The White Sox ended up winning outright. It was all right. There were some wins in there. But yeah, yesterday doesn't matter. But what about Luis Arias, man? Absolutely on fire to start his Padres debut. Went 4 for 6, sorry. But he absolutely raked. But yeah, anyways, we don't need to worry about that. Let's get into today's slate. We got some weather concerns. There could be some weather delays again, like yesterday. A couple places, Yankee Stadium could either be delayed or rained out completely. Nationals Park could see a rain delay. Cleveland, we could see potential of rain. Might not be too bad. Kansas City, looks like there's some precipitation planned in the air, but it might stay off. Other than that, it looks like most of the places should be all right. Potentially Cincinnati again, and then Philly has a potential as well. So just keep that in mind. There could be some rain delays today, some rainouts, but I don't want to keep chatting too much here. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Drop your MLB picks in the comments below. Drop whatever picks you got, questions, props, whatever. I'll do whatever I can to help you guys out. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go. All right, first game up we're going to look at is the Nationals Blue Jays. This series is split 1-1 so far. The Blue Jays won yesterday. Bo Bichette got ejected in that one, but they did still hold it off and win. Look, it's supposed to be Alek Manoah pitching here. They called him up, and I think it's mostly due to Yariel Rodriguez being on 15-day IL. I don't think they were planning on calling him up right now. He's pitched, 18 innings, I think. 18 innings, gave up 23 hits, 6.50 ERA, 1.67 WHIP. He has gotten some strikeouts. I mean, his strikeout numbers are still pretty good. I think his strikeout, he got 26 strikeouts so far. So he's still racking up strikeouts, but his control is an issue. He gives up contact, and now they call him back up where he struggled. The pitch clock has been tough for him. He hasn't really gotten used to it. And I just don't know how deep he's going to go into this game. I don't know what to expect from Alek Manoah. He's definitely not my favorite pitcher over the last couple of years anyway. Mackenzie Gore on the other side, the lefty going for Washington. He's been pretty solid. I think he got the losses last outing, but he only gave up two runs, no home runs to the Rangers, and he struck out 7 in 5 innings. He's been limiting runs. I think he's given up 3 runs or less in all of his starts, including a few shutouts in there. He's been solid. He's been serviceable. He's only had 1 start in his career versus the Blue Jays, but it was a win. I think it was last year. He pitched 5 innings of 1-run ball. In this one, though, I don't trust this Blue Jays bullpen. They had to use a couple guys yesterday just because to hold off that lead. I don't know what I'm going to see from Alek Manoah. I hope this game doesn't get rained out, but Kevin Kiermaier being back in the lineup definitely helped for the Blue Jays. He had a home run yesterday, but I got to go with the Nationals as slight dogs. They'll probably pick them at most books, but I found them at -102, and honestly, I trust the Nationals bullpen more than I do the Blue Jays, and I don't really trust. I trust Gore over Alek Manoah. As far as how these teams are hitting right now, it's kind of similar. Blue Jays are hitting like around sub 200 versus lefties. Nationals hitting just below 200 versus righties. At home, that number goes up to 220. On the road, the Jays hit 240. So they're pretty similar as far as hitting, what they can hit. Like Jordan Romano's not going to be available. Well, he's on no rest. I don't know if he's not going to be available, but there's lots of guys in this bullpen. They're probably going to have to go to Eric Swanson and Genesis Cabrera, who actually haven't been really good. Eric Swanson's been terrible. So if they have to go to some of those guys, I think they could get hit again. So I'm going Nationals money line this one. All right, going to this Astros-Mariners game. Hunter Brown going for the Astros, and Bryce Miller going for the Seattle Mariners. He's been absolutely on fire. His last outing at home, 10 strikeouts in 7 innings, 1 walk, 1 earned run, and that was to the Braves. Yeah, it was at home, but still, He's been good as far as getting strikeouts, limiting runs. He's got 1 earned run or 2 earned runs or less in all last 5 of his starts. He did have a shaky start versus the Rangers where he gave up 2 home runs, but they were both solo shots. His ERA is below 1 over his last 5 games. Altogether this season, 35.1 innings pitched, a sub-2 ERA, 0.88 whip. He's only allowing an OPS about 0.54. So he's been great. Both these teams hitting righties sub 200s. I mean, the numbers are a little bit better overall for the Astros when they're at home, and the numbers get a little bit better for the Mariners on the road due to a little bit better hitting conditions on most part. But I trust the Seattle bullpen more. I trust Bryce Miller way more than Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown has been absolutely destroyed. Like, he had some good. His strikeout numbers actually haven't been terrible considering the way he's pitched, but he's been giving up hard contact, giving up home runs, allowing walks. He struggled with control, giving up hits, multiple earned runs. Let's see, where is it on my chart here? Through 23 innings so far this season, ERA just below 10, a whip at 2.22, and a 1.038 OPS allowed to hitters. So he's getting absolutely raked through the coals. I don't know. The Mariners at plus 110, I think it was. This series is split right now, 1-1. So honestly, I trust the Mariners a little bit more. Can the Astros potentially get something going off versus Bryce Miller? Sure. Yordan Alvarez has a home run and 6 at-bats off Bryce Miller. But other than that, I don't think any players have really had any other good outings or any success versus the others. So I'm going to Mariners at plus money. It is Sunday. You know, we're targeting some dogs today, some favorites. But I like this line with the Mariners. I don't trust Hunter Brown. This line does kind of confuse me a little bit. I'm surprised it's not just a pick 'em, honestly. The Astros at home, they're actually haven't been the greatest. Let's see, 7-11 at home, 10-17 as a favorite, 4-11 when this line is in the minus 120 area. So they're not winning when they're in this area, and 1-5 in Hunter Brown starts. So I trust Mariners more. I trust their bullpen more. I don't obviously love their lineup as much as the Astros lineup, but I think this could potentially be a similar game that we've seen the last two. So give me the Mariners. All right, going to this Brewers-Cubs game. Looks like the wind's going to be blowing in 10 to 12 miles an hour at Wrigley. Another cooler day, but it still should be fairly nice. But the wind does affect Wrigley Field quite a bit. In this one, you got, in my opinion, 2 pretty good pitchers. You got the ace for the Brewers, Freddie Peralta, and then Javier Assad. My thing with Javier Assad is he usually doesn't go super deep into games, whereas Freddie Peralta sometimes can give you 7 innings of shutout ball. Javier Assad, you're usually going to get 4 to 5 innings out of the guy. He doesn't usually go deeper than 5 innings, and then this Cubs bullpen comes in. Over the last 2 weeks, the Cubs bullpen does have an ERA just above 6. A 1.55 whip. So it is a little concerning. The Brewers bullpen the last couple of weeks, 4.2 ERA, 1.5 whip. So both bullpens haven't been the greatest, but I do trust the Brewers a little bit more. Yesterday, the Brewers tried to make the comeback after going down. I think it was 4 or 5 to nothing. They started to come back, but they ended up coming up just a little bit short. If the Brewers would have won yesterday, I would have had a monster day. With the White Sox winning and the Brewers plus all the other games that I played. So would have hit a huge play, but it doesn't matter. This one, look, I trust Freddie Peralta more. I mean, he's given up home runs in back-to-back starts versus the Rays and the Pirates. The Pirates one is the one I really concerns me. Is he had 5 strikeouts in 4 2/3 innings, but he gave up 5 earned runs there. Outside of that start, he's been pretty solid. Javier Assad, he's only given up 1 earned run his last 3 starts. He's actually been solid too. So I could see this being a little bit of a pitcher's duel. Christopher Morel is on fire for the Cubs. I think he's got home runs in like 3 straight games now. He's probably one of their hottest hitters. He's going to get a little bit tougher matchup here. But I trust the Brewers bullpen a little bit more. If this is like a 2-1 game late, I could trust them a little bit more to hold the save. We've seen a 3-1 game and then 6-5. I don't know if we get 6-5 here, but I could see it just being a 1 or a 2-run game. But I think the Brewers can hold it out and get the win in this one, win the series. So give me the Brewers money line. Minus 117 was the best number I've found so far. I mean, consensus numbers 120, minus 120, 125. I still don't mind that, but I probably wouldn't go any higher than like minus 130. That's probably the max I would go. Both teams have won 20 games on the season. You look at the head-to-head matchups, 5-5 in the last 10, 3-7 to the under. So a lot of unders in these matchups, a lot of pitchers duels. Obviously, Wrigley Field, wind blowing in. That's going to help a little bit for lower scoring games too. But I'm going to go with the Brewers in this one. That's slight favorites. All right, going to Oakland Coliseum, and the Oakland A's take on Miami Marlins. So far, Oakland has been dominant. They've won 7 straight games now. They've also covered the run line 7 straight times at home. So Oakland A's minus 1.5. You get big plus money today. Obviously, a little scary, but after yesterday's performance, not super scary. The Marlins, 7 straight losses against the AL West opponents. The Athletics are on fire, honestly. Yesterday, they put up 20 runs. Miami hit 2 home runs, but they only scored 4 runs. Brent Rooker hit 2 home runs. Brett Harris, I think it is, or I can't remember what his last name. His first name is Brett. Anyway, he hit 2 home runs. Shea Langeliers hit a home run. JJ Bleday hit a home run. The A's are just mashing, and now they get another righty. They're actually hitting about 273 versus right-handed pitching over the last 5 days. Marlins hitting around 220. When you look at this home and away, the A's numbers do go down a bit, but they've been, after yesterday's performance, I mean, sometimes you see regression, but you got Sixto Sanchez going, a guy who's probably not going to go super deep into the game, and then you got this Marlins bullpen who they used every single guy they could yesterday. They got absolutely torched. I don't know who they're going to be bringing out, but either way, I don't really love the Marlins bullpen. Let's see, where's for ERA just 4.5. Yeah, they're just not the greatest. Athletics ERA in the bullpen over the last 2 weeks is about 2.4, whip at a 0.86, allowing hitters to just hit 160. So first, for the two teams, obviously I've said it before, I trust this Mariners A's bullpen way more. It is hard to sweep a team, obviously, but the A's are just showing that they can be competitive. They're a 50-50 team this year, surprising a lot of people, slight favorites at home. I would love to see the lineups, make sure none of those key guys are sitting. Obviously, it's a little tough right now. Nothing's confirmed. But right now, I got to take the A's. Joe Boyles hasn't been bad. Sixto Sanchez, he's been, like I said, he's only going to go 3 or 4 innings probably. His last outing, four innings versus the Rockies, 5 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 7 hits. Joe Boyle on the other side, 4 strikeouts in 5 innings, 1 earned run. He can struggle with control. He can give up walks, which is a little bit concerning. But I mean, of these two teams right now, the Marlins just look like they're in shambles. They lost their big, pretty much the face of their team at this point. And other than Brian De La Cruz, I don't really trust a lot of these Marlins hitters. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. I keep getting 2 teams confused here. That's my bad. But this Marlins team, I don't really trust a lot of their guys versus right-handed pitching. I mean, you got Josh Bell. He's got 2 home runs, batting .218. Chisholm, 2 home runs, batting .227. Sanchez, 2 home runs, batting .250. De La Cruz, 6 home runs, batting .247. Obviously, their best hitter versus righties as far as average for how many plate appearances he's seen. Most plate appearances, most home runs, best average. These guys can strike out quite a bit. They've never seen Joe Boyle before. I mean, that goes on the other side for Sixto Sanchez. The A's haven't seen him before, but Shea Langeliers, if he's in the lineup, he's got 7 home runs versus right-handed pitching, batting .227. Brett Harris, 2 home runs already. He just started the league. Kid hit first MLB hit. It was a home run. His family was there. It's absolutely electric. JJ Bleday, 282 average with 2 home runs versus righties. Brent Rooker, 5 home runs, batting 245. So Tyler Nevin, 304 average with a home run. I don't know. I trust this A's lineup a little bit more. So give me the A's money line, minus 120, minus 125. I just trust this team more than the Marlins. I trust their bullpen more. I think Miami, like I said, I could see Miami losing 20 straight after they won that 3-game series versus the Rockies. So give me the A's. I'm going back to them today. All right, final game we're going to look at today is Padres D-backs. The Padres have owned the first 2 games of the series. Now that they've got Luis Arias, dude is absolutely on fire. He started off 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 in his debut. He ended up, I think he finished 4 for 6. They won that game 13-1. I think he had 2 RBIs, a double, a couple singles. He makes contact. We all know that. Great hitter to be added to this Padres lineup. The D-backs have only scored 2 runs to the Padres 20 so far in this 2-game series. And now they get a little bit better matchup with Matt Waldron. He can struggle at times. He can give up hits. He sometimes struggles with his control, giving up walks, but he can also give up home runs. He's given up home runs in 3 straight starts. I mean, kind of spotty outings versus him as far as on the season. 31 innings pitched, 4.35 ERA, 1.35 WHIP. On the other side, Ryan Nelson, 15.2 innings pitched, 4.6 ERA, 1.53 WHIP. Honestly, Nelson, he could go 2 innings again and be 2 innings shut out like he did last outing versus the Giants, and then they go to the bullpen, or he could give you maybe 5 innings. I don't know how deep he's going to go into this game, but I still don't trust this D-backs bullpen. They're one of the worst ones. Sub-6 ERA, 1.61 WHIP over the last 2 weeks. K rate and walk rate are almost the same. 17.7% K rate, 15.3% walk rate. So their bullpen has been absolutely struggling, and now they get this heavy-hitting Padres team. Another line that kind of doesn't make sense to me, so I do want to check lineups before I for sure lock this in. But at one of the probably best books as far as finding good value on good lines, I don't really want to name what it is because I don't want anybody to get in trouble with anything or nothing. I don't know what the rules are about naming sports books or not, but the Padres at plus 107. Lots of places they're plus 100. This one is one of the biggest books in the world, and then they're giving me plus 107. The Padres have won 4 games in a row. The Diamondbacks have lost 3 games in a row. I mean, maybe Nelson is a little bit better starter, but he's only got 15 innings under his belt, and he still isn't the greatest. One thing I'll note is the Padres have good history versus Nelson. They know him. Xander Bogaerts, 2 home runs in 7 at-bats. Jake Cronenworth, a home run in 10 at-bats. Manny Machado, 12 at-bats, 1 home run. Jurickson Profar batting 364 and 11 at-bats. Tatis batting 400. A lot of these guys know him, have seen him and hit him before, so that's going to help, in my opinion, too. As far as Matt Waldron, Christian Walker, 0 for 2. Ketel Marte, 0 for 2. Jock Peterson, 0 for 4. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., 1 for 3 with an RBI. Corbin Carroll, 1 hit, 333 average and 3 at-bats. So not a lot of data from Corbin from the Diamondback side. Don't trust this Diamondbacks bullpen. The addition with Luis Arias to this Padres team has given them an absolute boost. I think they'll be a lot better team, in my opinion, this season. With that addition, I'm hoping he stays in the lineup. I don't see why they would sit him after yesterday's game, but granted, everybody's in the lineup. I like the Padres. This line does kind of make me kind of question why it is where it is. The Diamondbacks are struggling versus righties. They're hitting 210 over the last 5 games. Padres are hitting a 305 versus righties over the last 5 games. So kind of weird. Padres hitting 300 on the road. Diamondbacks hitting 208 at home. So this kind of makes me think, why is this line where it is? But I mean, obviously they're expecting the D-backs don't get swept here. This might be a bait line, but I guess I'm taking the bait. I haven't been afraid of trap lines before. I'm not going to start now. So might be a trap, but I'm taking the Padres, man. I trust them. I trust their bullpen. I trust their lineup more. I trust them versus a righty more. I think we could see some home runs in this game for sure. I could see Christian Walker hitting one on the other side. As far as Padres, for home run hitters, I mean, Jake Cronenworth's great numbers. Tatis, I would probably take a look at, or Jurickson Profar potentially. I like those three guys in this lineup for home runs. I think we've seen Ha-Seong Kim hit one yesterday, and I can't remember who the other guy was. I'm not sure. I'm blanking right now, but either way, give me Padres money line. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Probably gonna do a live stream in a bit here. Maybe try to cook something up. If I was gonna put a parlay in right this second for this video, it would probably be Nationals money line. Come on. Sorry, Nationals money line. I was leaning to the Guardians, but there's some injury issues in that game. I still kind of lean to the Guardians, but Steven Kwan is supposed to be out. Jose Ramirez has been struggling at the plate lately. Josh Naylor was out of the lineup yesterday, but as far as like Griffin Canning, Carlos Carrasco, total juiced to the under at 8. Angels have a bad bullpen. I don't know that one. It's a tough one for me, not knowing the lineups for sure, but I was leaning to the Guardians. Just a team I trust more at home. The Red Sox, I was going to take them plus the 1.5 for parlay purposes, hoping that game stays close or they lose by 1 or they win outright. The Mariners, I probably would put in this parlay, but you could dumb it down and take them plus 1.5. What was the other? Brewers, A's, and Padres. So if you took the Nationals money line, Mariners plus 1.5, Brewers money line, Athletics money line, Padres money line, five teams gives you 8 plus 18, 13. So I don't know. I might play that. We'll have to confirm it later, but around plus 1,800 for those 5. I don't mind that. The Mariners plus 1.5 gives you a little insurance, and then you just need 4 teams to win. 2 favorites, 2 pick 'em, 2 dogs. So it's not bad. But either way, bet responsibly. These are my opinions as always, guys. So hit a nice parlay yesterday, but yesterday's not important. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Drop your MLB picks in the comments below. Turn those notifications on so when I do drop a video, you can see it right away. Sometimes videos drop 3 or 4 hours before games start. Sometimes I do live streams an hour, 2 hours before games start. So make sure to turn those notifications on. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate everybody that does watch, the few people that are in here. Even though people aren't commenting too much, there is some people that do watch. So I do appreciate you guys. If you got some value out of it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn those notifications on. I'll see you guys in the next video, the live. Either way, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot again. Peace.